You are watching the most interactive professional wrestling discussion show on the internet. WWE Impact Wrestling.
ROH Wrestling.
Pro wrestling at its finest on In the Hot Seat with your host, Fort Miners Project.
What's going on, guys, and welcome to this week's episode for In the Hot Seat. Of course, as always, I got a great show lined up for you guys, and as well, I'm being joined by my guest at this time. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, you know who this is. Once again, RKO 2582, aka the AJ Lee fanboy.
Alright, it's a pleasure to have you here back on the show, and we're going to be talking about all things WrestleMania just about on this WrestleMania week. And I'm going to kick things off here, and what a way to kick things off, and what is your favorite WrestleMania or favorite WrestleManias of all time?
Oh, my favorite WrestleManias of all time I can remember. I enjoyed WrestleMania 17, 19, 20, 22, and 24 for right now.
Okay. Those are definitely some great WrestleManias. To me, it'll probably have to go with through WrestleMania 18 all the way, probably even up until WrestleMania 22, I would say. Those will have to be one of my favorite ones. I haven't really seen the other ones fully yet, but those will have to be some of my favorites for sure, since I've been rewatching them as of late, and they all have been really great WrestleManias to me, in my personal opinion. Going into the next topic that I do have here, and what has to be your favorite WrestleMania match or matches, if you have any?
Oh, my favorite matches?
Yes.
Oh, my favorite matches at WrestleMania were, of course, I have to kick out with The Rock and Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18. I'm sorry I didn't mention WrestleMania 18, but, you know.
That's all good.
Yeah, that match, and, of course, Stone Cold versus The Rock, WrestleMania 15, 17, and, of course, 19, the trilogy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, this...
Oh,
go ahead.
a few more. Another one of my favorite matches were, of course, I enjoyed the Shawn Michaels McMahon No Holds Barred match. I really enjoyed that match, and the triple threat world title match between Angle, Mysterio, and Orton, and of course, can't forget my boy, love him or hate him, John Cena going up against Triple H for the WWE title.
Yeah, those were a lot of great matches for WrestleMania. I definitely have a few of my own here, and definitely have to go with The Rock and Hogan. What a great match that was, and definitely one of my favorite matches of all time, to say the least. Also, going with Chris Jericho and as well Christian. That was a great match. I really enjoyed that from WrestleMania as well. Even going far back as with Chris Jericho and HBK, definitely one of my favorites there. And of course, The Rock and Stone Cold with their trilogy definitely put on some great matches, and what definitely was a great rivalry, to say the least. So yeah, definitely, those are just some of my favorite matches of WrestleMania, and there's so much more. So that's just a little taste with that. Next topic that I do have here, and that is going with The Undertaker, and of course, Undertaker has some matches and some great ones, to say the least, too, with this WrestleMania streak. And what are some of your favorite Undertaker matches?
My favorite Undertaker matches, I like the when he faced when he faced Triple H at WrestleMania 17. Yeah, for the people who don't know, that the very first time they faced each other.
Yeah.
And another one was, of course, when he faced Edge, WrestleMania 24, the main event of all things for the title.
Wow,
yeah. Beat him.
Yeah, with me. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. And I cannot forget that Michaels and Triple H, 25 and 26.
Yeah. Those are really great matches, and with this one, with the third trilogy between Undertaker and Triple H, is supposed to so far looking to be great, so I'm looking forward for that. Some of my favorite matches to me with The Undertaker, gonna have to go back to WrestleMania 18 with The Undertaker and Ric Flair. I definitely enjoyed that match as well. Definitely Undertaker and Edge, one of my favorite matches too, just to say the least when it comes to that one as well. Also, with The Undertaker and Randy Orton, got the opportunity to rewatch that one. Definitely was a great match to say the least. And as of right now, those are some of my favorite matches with The Undertaker right now. And hopefully, I will get to see him at WrestleMania 29 and get to see him wrestle once again. And hopefully, things will be good when it comes to that. And The Undertaker doesn't end up retiring and anything, which I hope not. Definitely don't want to see that, to say the least. So I think that would be really great to see. Even though I did get to see him wrestle at Royal Rumble before, but I think it would be just as great to see him at WrestleMania. There's nothing to it when it comes to that. Also, with the next thing that I got here, and that is going into, which really isn't a match at WrestleMania anymore, and just recently became its own pay-per-view for the last 2 years, and that is going into the Money Bank ladder match, and what has to be one of your favorite Money in the Bank ladder matches from WrestleMania, since that's where it all began for the Money in the Bank ladder matches.
Oh, my favorite Money in the Bank ladder matches that happened at WrestleMania was, of course, the first one that it took place at WrestleMania 21, and it was so new at the time, and the concept that I was a junior in high school when this first happened. Yeah, and and I like the one I like the WrestleMania 24 Money in the Bank. I enjoyed the WrestleMania 22 one. Yeah, and lastly, I like the and 25. Yeah, I think that was okay.
Yeah. To me, of course, I definitely like the first one, and with this one, I think it's pretty interesting that Chris Jericho came up with the idea and he didn't really exactly get to win any of them, so I thought that was pretty interesting. But anyway, I do have enjoyed a good majority of the Money in the Bank ladder matches at WrestleMania and have been one of my favorite matches to see at WrestleMania, so I did enjoy the first one. Going into WrestleMania 22, I thought that was cool. We had a good list there as well. Um, Even go as far as WrestleMania 23, I thought that was a pretty cool Money in the Bank ladder match as well. So, it's kind of hard to pick the favorite Money in the Bank ladder match since all of them have been great and has seen a lot of great spots and everything. So, it's definitely one of my favorite matches to see throughout the year. So, those are just some of the favorite matches that I do enjoy out of the Money in the Bank ladder match. And lastly, with the last topic that I got here, and with this one going into the Miz here, and do you think he would turn face eventually sometime this year, and even going into this upcoming WrestleMania just to get what he wants and just to be a part of WrestleMania and change up his attitude? And do you think that'll happen, and how do you feel about that?
Oh, the Miz. Oh man. And for anyone who knows me, I mean, as much as I love doing the awesome in my reviews, personally, I am not a Miz fan by any means. I just can't stand the guy. It's just some about him I just don't like. And with the face turn, I don't know about that because and I'm hearing rumors about him getting involved in the Rock Cena main event. I hope to God that does not happen because if it does, I'm going to be very upset and it's going to ruin the dream match that I've always wanted to see and stuff. I don't care if it's the men, I don't care if it's anyone else. I don't want no one to interfere in that match. It needs to be a good, clean finish whether Rock wins or Cena wins. Enough said.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to see the Miz get involved in the Rock and Cena match, and I just want that just to have that happen between the both of them, and just have either hopefully the Rock will win that one, but we'll have to wait and see. So that's gonna be great in itself. The next best thing, if they somehow get the Miz onto Team John Laurinaitis, or unless they have Roberto Del Rio, not too sure on who they're gonna have as the final guy. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to be happening with that, since we are taping this before Raw and everything. So things can certainly change when it comes to that. And The Miz will probably turn face maybe later on this year, and since with everything that's been happening with him as of late. So either or, I do see him somehow getting a part of the WrestleMania card and eventually not missing out at WrestleMania and doing something. So either being a part of that match, and I definitely do not want to see him get involved with the Rock and John Cena match for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to all the topics and everything that I do have planned for this special WrestleMania show. Is there anything else you want to give your final thoughts and opinions on, or is there anything else you want to talk about, or as well give any shout outs for that matter?
Okay, my final thoughts. Okay, WrestleMania 28, man. I'm looking at the card right now. It looks pretty good. It's a lot better card than last year's, and this is coming from a dude who actually had the WrestleMania last year in my hometown of Atlanta. It looks The card is a lot better top to bottom. You know, there's a few one or two matches that I'm not looking forward to the most, but hopefully it'll be decent. And the two matches that I'm talking about are, of course, Orton and Kane, and of course the Divas tag match with Beth and Eve joining forces to take on Kelly, and Maria Menounos.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the two matches I'm least looking forward to. But other than that, I'm looking forward to everything else on the card.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really great WrestleMania. I'm looking forward for it. And with the Orton and Kane match, I think that's going to be a good match. And in the beginning, I wasn't too sure about the Team John Laurinaitis and Team Teddy Long match, but actually, that has turned out to be pretty good. So I have been enjoying that as of late, to be all honest. And with the Divas match, you know, they could have been had that done a little bit differently, and Beth Phoenix could have had so many challengers, to say the least, too, with the Divas Championship. But obviously, that's not on the line, so we're just gonna have that stupid ass tag team match. But it is what it is, and I guess it can be pretty decent. So overall, WrestleMania 28 is looking up to be a really great one, and definitely probably even one of my favorite WrestleManias of all time. When it's all said and done. So as of right now, on paper, it does look great, and I'm sure it will turn out just as great once we head into WrestleMania this upcoming week. So, you know, I cannot wait for it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to the WrestleMania 28 special here that I got here for In the Hot Seat. And is there any shout outs you want to give before we end things off?
Oh, yes, I have some shout outs that I want to give.
Sure, go ahead.
I want to give a shout out to a new friend on YouTube recently, Emo Kitty Cat. She's the first lady WWE champion, and for her, she and I'm going that. I want to give me and her undisputed WWE championship match to prove who is the better WWE champion.
Alright, and of course I will leave a link down below for everyone to check you out. Be sure to comment on what we talked about as well. Be sure to leave your favorite WrestleMania matches and all that good stuff down below in the comment box. Feel free to leave a like on this video, and feel free to leave a video response. Whichever you feel like doing is fine by me. Hopefully you guys will enjoy WrestleMania 28, and also as well, we will be going live this Sunday a little earlier at 2 p.m. for the WrestleMania 28 pay-per-view pre-show, so you guys cannot miss that as well. Links will be down in the description box for you guys to check that out as well. And that about does it for this little special In the Hot Seat video for you guys. And until next time, I will talk to you guys later on. Peace.